Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. How you doing? How you living? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Check this out. I want to empower you. I want to encourage you. I want to invite you to join the Eagles Academy, where we empower you to soar into success and purpose. Whatever vision it is, whatever idea it is, I'm empowering you and showing you how to turn your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, your purpose into profit. You got to be a part of it. All you have to do is go right now to www.theeaglesacademy.com. Eagles is all about empowering authentically gifted leaders, envisioning success. Yes, that's you too. I want to see your face in our digital space. Well, let's get into this topic. I want to talk about three life lessons I learned from the one and only Beyoncé. You met Beyonce? Yes, I did. And I'm going to tell you all about it. I know there's been a lot of controversy with the church girl song and all of that. I'm not going to take the time to go into all that today. But I just want to share just some life lessons I learned from Beyonce and my interaction with her. Check this out. I've been privileged, been honored to meet celebrities from all over the country, all walks of life, preachers and leaders and speakers, and many of the people who a lot of us would clamor or pay to get into the room to meet. It's been a humbling honor to just get behind the scenes, to peer behind the veneer, and really see, just how people are at their core. Story is, when you think about this, I met Beyonce, it had to be around 2006, 2007, something like that. This was during the B-Day tour. She had an album out called B-Day. And my brother and I just happened to get tickets. He finagled some way to be able to get some tickets. And we went to the concert that was here in the city that I live, which is Detroit. And amazing concert. Just not so much just the music specifically, but it's the stage presence, how she was really just able to, galvanize people together, people sitting by each other, people standing next to each other, didn't even know each other, they best friends because of just the gift that she has for sure. Malcolm Gladwell talks about anybody who is successful on whatever scale and stage and place that they are. It takes at least 10,000 hours for them to be at the height of who it is that they are, to perfect that skill, to perfect that talent, and to perfect that gift. You can name, whether it's doctors, whether it's lawyers, whether it's entertainers, whether it's athletes, whether it's you who's watching me right now. You've perfected your gift, your talent, your skill. 10,000 hours, they say, is no less than 5 to 7 years of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's all about consistency. And truly, she has been that through the years. My brother and I go to the concert, seeing some people we know, so on and so forth. It was an amazing concert. And all of a sudden at the end of the concert, everybody's standing around, everybody talking, everybody looking around. And he and I were like, man, we want to go backstage. Now, granted, we have no backstage passes at all, right? No backstage passes. And in the aisle we're sitting in, we had pretty good seats, pretty close seats. There's a security guard at the end of the aisle. And, he's got his arms crossed. He ain't letting nobody pass that area because that's the area that was for backstage. We're seeing people who we know, celebrities, local celebrities who we know here as well. We talking to them, we say hi to them, and we ask them, we say, where y'all going? So we going backstage, and they going right down the aisle that we are at, past that security guard. We had no backstage passes, as I said. I look at him, he looks at me. We say, yo, we got to get backstage. We want to get backstage. We got all our friends going back there. We want to see what's in the number. They about to meet Beyonce. Listen, it's a VIP experience. We want to be in the number 2. So he just says to me, he said, man, we just got to act like we know where we going and what we doing. He proceeds to walk up to the security guard. Security guard, we both G'd up from the feet up. We gotta dress how you want to be addressed too. Where you going? Security guard lets him through. It's my turn now. Am I gonna get backstage or not? Had no time to bite my fingers at all. Had no time to bite my nails. But I proceed to do what my brother did, and I went right past the security guard, gave him a little head nod, as if I knew what I was doing. You got to act like you've been there. You got to act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing sometimes. So we go backstage with down the steps. I'm pumping my fist. I'm trying not to show as much excitement because we both got backstage. And we're down in this little downstairs area, and we're seeing our same friends, and we're seeing some people as well who if I name the names, you'd know who they are. Like, yo, she brought out the celebs tonight to see her in the city of Detroit, and we're downstairs in the VIP area. I peer around the corner, and guess who I see? I see two security guards flanking Beyoncé. On the side of her, she's in all white. And I peer around, and I'm seeing around the corner. She's in a doorway. She's in all white, and it looks like she's literally hovering in the air. I'm like, that is Beyoncé, y'all, right there, literally 50 to 75 feet away from me. Couldn't believe it. And so what everybody's doing, there's a line of people, and they're all taking turns to take a photo. All taking turns to take a photo with Beyoncé. And we just having conversation with some of the people who we know that's downstairs in the little VIP area. After you take your photo with Beyoncé, you should go ahead and exit out the door. People are filing in, people are filing out. Security is clearing the folks out after they get their moment that they'll never forget in a photo with the one and only Beyoncé Knowles, no Carter. She's not even married at this time. She's dating Jay-Z at this time, but she's not married. And so everybody's clamoring for their moment. The brothers are like, wow, man, she's all that coming out the door. Sisters and all as well. I got my moment with Beyoncé. Da, 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 da. And so it's my turn now. My turn, and me and my brother going at the time. I've never really been a person who's been starstruck. But I had my opportunity. Me and my brother are walking into a little VIP area to meet Beyoncé. We're in the room, the actual room, and security is, as I said, flanking her, and it's our turn. The security dispatches and allows my brother to get on one side. I'm on the other side, and we're getting ready to pose for a photo. She's like, hey, y'all, how you doing? And to my surprise, Beyoncé is incredibly shy. I mean, incredibly shy. I'm looking at her in her eyes. She can't even hardly look at me. And we both got our arm around her waist, and we just huddled up next to her like, wow, this is the one and only Beyoncé. She's ascending, of course, to fame at this time. Bigger now than she was then, but still. She was the iconic Beyoncé, even, 2006, 2007, around that time that we had met her. So we take the photo with her. And what you're supposed to do after you finish taking the photo is immediately exit, not only the room, but exit the premises. But I don't play by the rules. What I did was, I took about 2 steps. It took about 2 steps away from her. And what I did was I turned back. My brother didn't turn back. He kept walking out the door. I turned back, and all of a sudden, this is what I feel. A whole big old arm stopping me and pushing me right in my chest. And brother like, yo, man, what you doing? I said, what you mean what I'm doing? All of a sudden, Beyonce speaks up for me. It's a big old arm of a security guard between me and Beyonce. She speaks up for me and she says to the security guard, it's all right. Let him come. And I look at the security guard like, yeah, let me through, right? Let me through. And she allows me to approach her. It was just one-on-one. It was, I know her song is 1+1, and that's what we were having, a 1+1 moment. We face to face, and I'm talking to her. And as I told you before, she's incredibly shy. She can be whatever alter ego she is on stage. I think they call her Sasha Fierce or whatever the case may be. But she was everything but fierce, one-on-one, face to face. Incredibly shy. Had her head down and was almost kind of like a little girl who was just so kind of just reticent to even look at you. And so I'm talking to her. We made a couple eye contacts or whatever the case may be, and just having conversation with her and expressing just really what she's doing with her movement, especially empowering young girls and women. Run the world and all that other stuff. And as we got to the end of the conversation, I gave her my card. Remember, I said she was still quote unquote single at this time. I gave her my card. Now, she ain't never called me, but she took the card. And so it was a pretty cool moment to meet her and just to see how much she even ingratiated people who she didn't know, and was just real cool, calm, collected, and to my surprise, even shy. 3 lessons though I want to share. 3 things I learned from Beyonce. I want to upgrade you. I want to upgrade you. 3 things I learned is number 1, treat a fan like a friend. That's number 1. Treat a fan like a friend. Her song, her lyrics tell us in the song Irreplaceable, she said, don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable. I'm a living witness. None of us are indispensable, but some of us are irreplaceable. Think about the people who support you. Think about the people who pat you on the back. Think about the people who encourage you. Treat a fan like a friend, right? People, whether you know them or not. My grandfather was the type of individual, and God rest him in peace, as his soul rest. My grandfather always was known for meeting people, and he never met a stranger. I remember I'd be going to the grocery store. I'd go out to eat with my grandfather. He'd always be dressed in a top hat and a coat, and just always was put together. And I remember I'd say, Grandpa, you, after he met somebody, after he was talking to somebody for 5-10 minutes, whatever the case may be, I said, how long you know him? When'd you meet them? Da da da. He said, I don't know him. But his aura, how he treated people, he never met a stranger. And that's one thing that I saw. She was very gregarious, very gracious for just people who, were supporting her. As I'm talking about Beyonce, she treated her fans like it was her friend. She didn't have to let me through, right? When that security guard put his arm in front of me, telling me, no, so far but no further. You can't get through here. You can't go up in here. This is Beyonce. We're protecting her. I don't know if you have any type of malicious type of, action, whatever. He didn't know me from a can of paint. Neither did she. But she allowed me still to come and have a conversation with her when I'm quote unquote breaking the rules, right? Treat a fan like a friend. Never meet a stranger. Secondly, one thing I saw during her concert, I don't know if everybody saw it, but that night I'll never forget it. Beyonce slipped and fell Depends on where you were sitting at. Depends how much you were caught up in the concert. I didn't come to just be a fan. I came to study how she moved the crowd. Came to look at the aesthetics and the band and listen to all of the aspects of what makes the concert amazing. However, in the midst of all her dance moves, she slipped and fell. But what she did was she popped back up. She didn't stay there. She didn't lay there and wallow in pain and grab her ankle or a knee or whatever the case may be. She popped right back up. Here's the second thing. If you fall, get up and stand tall. Listen, life is going to have missteps. Life is going to have mistakes. But what you got to do, like she says, you got to get in formation. When you know the information about who it is that you are, when you know your identity, when you know your integrity, when you know who it is that you are and who you were created to be, like Muhammad Ali said, the canvas is no place for a champion. Right? A knockdown is not a knockout unless you stay down. You got to get back up again. Big Sean said, last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back. You got to bounce back from a setback. A setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Whether people saw her fall or not, whether people thought it was a dance move or not, she flipped the script and kept moving. The band's going to continue to play. The music's going to continue to go. The background singers are going to continue to sing. The background dancers are going to continue to dance. When you're in the lead, when you're on stage, whatever stage it is of life, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a speaker, as a pastor, as a professor, as a nurse, as someone who's a caregiver, whatever stage it is that you are on, you got to get back up again. Missteps and mistakes can become miracles when you continue to take the step and you can continue to dance. Listen, you got to stay in beat. Got to stay on beat. You got to stay in rhythm. You got to stay in sync. And you got to keep going by any means necessary. I told you, number one, treat a fan like a friend. Number two, if you fall, get up and stand tall. But here's the last thing I learned. Number three, be so crazy in love with what you do. That's her song. Yeah, Crazy in Love with Jay-Z. But here it is. What are you crazy in love with? You got to be crazy in love with your purpose. You got to be crazy in love with what you do. Hear me. A job is what you're paid for. But your passion and your purpose is what you're made for. Think about it. When I saw Beyoncé on stage, when everybody was captivated by her aura and her essence and her performance, you could see the excitement that oozed from her when it was about galvanizing and ingratiating her crowd and performing for her crowd. She loves what she does. Hear me, you got to find out, what is it that you do? What is it that you love to do? What is it that you were created for? Right? Have you found hear me, I was created for this moment. Come on, what is it that you can do? I don't know if it's cooking. I don't know if it's speaking. I don't know if it's writing. I don't know if it's encouraging. I don't know if it's mentoring. What is it that you do that you can clearly and boldly and succinctly say, I was created for this? When Beyonce's on stage, she knows she was created for this. When people see you speak, do they say, yeah, you were created for this? When people read your literature, do they say, man, you were truly created for this? I see your passion, and your passion aligns with your purpose. Be so crazy in love with what you do. Hear me. Life is hard work. Being successful at anything takes hard work. But when you love what you do, you make what's hard look easy for you. It's hard work, I know it. But when you love what you do, hard work looks easy for you. Right? People don't understand how hard of the effort it took for you to do what you do, to be who you are, to speak how you speak, to empower as you do, because you make it look easy. Doesn't mean it is easy, but it means the hard work and the effort was worth it. You put in the 10,000 plus hours of what it took because you're in love with what you do. Come on, are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you willing to seize the moment and become great? Sometimes you're in the room with the greats so that you can be empowered to become great at who it is that you are and what it is that you were created to do. Listen, that's what it's about. I hope this upgraded you a little bit. Treat a fan like a friend. If you fall, get up and stand tall. And thirdly, be crazy in love with what you do. Listen, I want you to tap into what you love to do, and we do that right here at the Eagles Academy. I want you to join us. We have incredible live sessions. We've got empowerment. We got inspiration. We got just a community with incredible content and richness that really speaks life into your life. Join us. Go right now. Log on. Join the eaglesacademy.com. We're empowering you to soar into success and greater purpose. We're going to upgrade you. I'm yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Peace and love.